This clinic is in Boston. It's on Commonwealth Ave. It is all abortions, all day, every day. That is what we did, Monday through Saturday, all day. I was a medical assistant. Again, let me remind you, I had no medical training whatsoever. And as a medical assistant, you were in the abortion room with the doctor and the nurse. You bring the patient in and you get her ready. And the way you get her ready is, I'm sure most women here have had a gynecological appointment, so you put her on the table, get her ready. And that's the position she's in when her healthcare provider comes into the room. If she's lucky, he might use her name or make eye contact, but generally speaking, he or she doesn't. It's, they're in, they're out. One of my jobs was to count these baggies, these plastic bags, because the bags had to match the number of abortions we'd done that day. And what they call the bags are POCs, product of conception. And the clinic workers would joke that they were pieces of children. Oh. And I really haven't thought about that in a really long time, because there's a part of me that really, at this point, has to wonder how I could have been a party to that. I know why we would joke. I know why there was that gallows humor. You sort of have to do that to survive. I mean, when you think about it, you're dealing with death day in and day out. The death of children. We did second trimester abortions there. And there were only a few girls that were medical assistants for that, because it's rather gruesome. I went in and they hadn't taken the baby out of the room yet. And I stood there looking at this jar with these body parts in shock. And I sort of backed out of the room, not sure if I had really seen what I had seen. Because the body was exposed. This was a baby. I could see hands, I could see feet. This was a person, it was a human being. Why didn't I know that? And I say to people, you would think that I would run out of there screaming and, do you know what they're doing in there? Do you know what's going on in there? But I didn't. And again, you'd think I wouldn't go back to work the next day, but I did. Because who was I going to talk to? When Lila's video came out last year, I literally got on my chair and screamed, "Hallelujah." I couldn't believe it, because I was so vindicated. I knew for over 10 years that this was true and that this was happening and that it was commonplace, but I was so afraid. I had nobody to tell, I had nobody to talk to about it, and the iron curtain there is very strong. You question Planned Parenthood, and boy, people really come down on you. Before she meets with a counselor or talks to anybody about her decision, they already have her money. When they call to make an appointment, they don't ask, why are you thinking about an abortion? They ask, when was your last period and how are you going to pay for this? But I think Planned Parenthood, one of its goals is to go younger and younger and younger. It's name granted, and they want to get into the schools. And that way, when somebody is a teenager and pregnant, oh yeah, Planned Parenthood. They know that name. It's the first name they're going to think of. And it's a culture, it's a belief that being a mother takes away a woman's dignity. And it is a culture and a belief that children are the enemy of women. And that's what we're fighting against.